So, for weeks now, it's looked like DragonAge the Veilguard has been having some trouble, and there's a whole lot of sources out there that now support that the sales for the game are almost non-existent. We got to talk about that on That Game Place. Hi, friends, it's me, CC, here with the one and the only Cabrutus Rambo. How's it going, Cabrutus?
Yo, guys, doing just fine. Thank you for the invitation, man.
You
Let's get going.
You betcha. Let's jump right into this because I think this is a great story. I think it's perfect for us to talk about. And this is one of the things that you helped actually discover was going to be incredibly woke, for lack of a better way of describing it. So, real quick, let's jump in. So, according to our friend Marvin over there at That Park Place, multiple inside sources support claims of Abysmal Dragon Age sales. And I'm not surprised by this. We had been reporting, and I know you had been talking about it as well, that this game was just ideologically entrenched. It had a bunch of nonsense in it that people just were going to object to. I'm sure you've been hearing about this for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I actually playing through this game right now, and damn, it is infested with ideology and political agendas, as you could expect from woke developers.
Yeah, and I think that this actually could really, well, destroy this game entity, and I think EA is probably going to be crying in their milk because I think it's also going to ruin the future sales of BioShock. I think BioWare as a studio is at risk here. So
You mean future sales of Mass Effect, right?
yeah, Mass Effect, yeah.
No, yeah, absolutely. Here's what I said about this game. I mean, I made a live stream
Mhm.
prior to this game release, and I told during this live stream that I said that this game, I mean, the initial sales probably weren't not going to be like a total disaster because, well, it is Dragon Age, right? I
Right.
mean, we don't have a new installment in the Dragon Age franchise since 2014, if I am not mistaken.
I
But
think you're
I
right.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's been a long time, and this franchise carries a legacy. It has lots of fans. Also, the game costs around $60, which is $10 less than the default price for AAA games nowadays. So I thought that yeah, the initial sales probably are not gonna be like a total disaster, but the word of mouth will probably destroy this game in the long run. And I think that's exactly what's happening. People are playing the game and the first impressions are not good. The content creators are talking, are spreading the information. Hey guys, this game is full of political agendas, and you have plenty of reviews over the internet talking about this. And by the way, this is exactly the same reason that I've been putting myself into playing through this game, because I am planning on working on a review for it, and that's why I'm playing. And I've been live streaming this game too, and it's all over there. No, it's over there since the very beginning. When you start your character creator, your character creation, and you see that you can put like surgery scars, like removal surgery
Yeah.
scars on your
Yeah.
character. You can
Yeah.
be a day then, and all
Pop
this kind of
stars.
stuff.
Yeah.
Uglified woman. I mean,
Yeah.
the average stuff that you get.
Yeah, and I mean that seems to be a trend in AAA games. We can't argue that. But what's interesting is both Endymion, who in the previous video that we scrolled by just a moment ago, kind of
Mhm.
spread this information, and of course Smash JT with his sources corroborated it. Now we have even more information, which should be very terrifying to BioWare. That well, there's a lot of unhappy Dragon Age the Veilguard players. They're demanding refunds, and I don't blame them. Now, this story was back on the 9th. Again, Marvin wrote this over there at that Park Place, and sources close to BioWare and EA have reported that the refunds for Dragon Age the Veilguard have reached unprecedented numbers since the game launched on Halloween, October 31st. Now, if one were to keep their media consumption to outlets like IGN, which will give you a 7, no matter if your game is dog doo doo, or Kotaku, where, well, they're running out of reporters now because everybody's getting fired. They might be led to believe that EA and BioWare's latest action adventure RPG is an unmitigated success. Well, I mean, based on what they're saying, people would probably believe that, but the game Despite receiving these rave reviews, many touting it as the peak concurrent player count being lovely on Steam at 89,418, they never crossed 100,000. Nobody was really playing this game. Now, I play most of my PC games come straight from Stream. I don't know, or Steam, excuse me. I don't know about you, but I rely
Yeah, I
on that
do too.
count, right?
Hmm.
I mean, is there another way to play games that now that's as effective as Steam? I don't think so.
Well, depends on the game. For example, if you want to play World of Warcraft, well, you have to download the Blizzard
Blizzard,
launcher.
yeah,
But
yeah,
other than the Blizzard launcher and GOG, I would
yeah,
say yeah, pretty much it's like 99% Steam. So yeah, I mean, taking for example the Steam concurrent
yeah.
player speak is a good metric. And well, I mean, some people saying that this number is lovely. It really is not, because if you compare this number with the numbers that other AAA Western RPGs made, like for example Baldur's Gate 3 last year, bro, that game, okay, it was something out of it was an exception. That game almost had 1 million
Yeah,
concurrent players.
yeah.
But even so, if you compare, let's say, with Starfield, for example, it has like more than 3 times less concurrent players than Starfield. And let's remember, Starfield was not exactly a well beloved game among over everybody. Personally myself, I liked the game, but I know that it is a divisive game. Like many people don't like it, which is fine. You like what you like, and I think that this is a clear sign of what I just mentioned. The word of mouth is destroying this game. So you had these initial sales numbers, and now you're saying that they are, I mean, not you. Sorry, you just read that they are now having tons and tons of refund requests. Yeah,
Yeah.
people are trying the game. People are hearing from their friends, from their favorite content creators, like the content creators that they trust. From people all over the social media that hey, this game is full of political agendas, DI stuff. And they are okay. So I don't want it anymore. I don't want to finance this anymore. This is a bad game. Give me my money back. And that's word of mouth.
Yeah, no, it absolutely is. And I mean, even Endymion, who's, featured here in the article with this link to
Hmm.
his video, he talks specifically about that. People are having such an unsatisfactory experience that they're demanding refunds after they've played it. It looks like he was told in terms of refunds that currently the game has had at least 30,000 refunds in the past few days, which is not good for your game that has barely sold 500,000 copies to be hemorrhaging players like this. So, generally speaking, Veilguard is not a commercial success. Well, I would have to agree with that assessment.
Yeah, especially for a franchise that carries such a legacy. I mean, it's Dragon Age. It's one of the biggest RPG franchises out there. In the whole world.
Mhm.
So and in a time where PC gaming is at its all-time highest. Like we never had that many players playing games on Steam and on PC. This is the all-time high. That we are living right now, and it could not no only it could not even break the 100K mark.
Mm.
A BioWare game, I mean, let's not forget that BioWare is owned by EA,
E-
Electronic Arts. And so it's not a matter it's not a question of hey, they didn't have enough resources, they didn't have good marketing, they didn't have no, this game had everything a AAA game needs in order to succeed, and it just didn't. And I think it's the one of the biggest reasons for this failure is 100% due to to the amount of political agenda we find in it, and of course, again, the word of mouth.
Yeah, and I think that word of mouth was so negative, and basically didn't resonate so much with anybody who was an original fan of these games. And I can talk about Inquisition as one of the favorite games that I've ever played. But when it
Mhm.
comes to this, I just said no, thank you. I wasn't going to spend my $60 on this game, which I'm sure a lot of people understand. I don't. I have enough nonsense pushed at me every single day. I wasn't going to do it in the form of entertainment. I appreciate that you're punishing yourself with this, but I can't wait to see your review, my friend. What I do know is that on the Steam platform, you can return games for within 14 days of purchase for a full refund, as long as the player has logged less than 2 hours of playtime. Now,
Yeah,
the closer you get to 2 hours, the little more finicky that they get. But if you're able to, like, in 90 minutes figure out that this game is garbage, they'll let you kick it back. And I have a feeling that that's going to start happening more frequently. Refunds are also issued through PlayStation and Xbox digital stores within 14 days of purchase. Brick and mortar stores like GameStop, Walmart, and Best Buy really only accept unopened games, but we're starting to see a lot of game returns. Now, the thing that we're going to talk about tomorrow, and a lot of you are going to see the story coming out here really quickly, is what the value of the game is now. Because if you go in to buy a game, pay $60 for it, you expect about 2 weeks later, it's still going to be worth about the same. Well,
yeah.
you might actually be surprised. You're going to want to tune in to tomorrow's That Game Place Live. Cabrutus, is there anything that you want to add to today's story about this game basically having unfavorable ratings, basically having a negative impact on players, and not selling to anybody, with less than 200,000 people pre-ordering it to begin with, and about 14% of those canceling before they even got it? Do you think this game has a chance to recover? Do you think that this will start to sell bigger through the holidays, or what do you think? Do you think this is the end of it?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to point out something regarding the 2 hours limit. The publishers, the developers, they know that Steam has this policy, so they make sure they try their best to to make the first 2 hours of the game feels incredible. So you keep playing, thinking that it's gonna keep up, with it. So you will get no, you will surpass the 2 hours limit, and you will be able to get a refund. Many people are saying that the beginning of Dragon Age Veilguard is great. Personally, I didn't find it great, but it was way better than the what you get right after it. But then again, hey, too late to refund the game, because that they know what they're doing. I just would like to point this out just to acknowledge this. And regarding the game's future, about the sales, I think that this game, I think that not even then believe in this game anymore, because if I am not mistaken, they have canceled any. They have already announced that they don't have any new DLCs planned for this game. If
That's
I'm not
true.
mistaken, yeah, I mean, put it on the screen if I'm right,
No, you
when
are. You are.
yeah, yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, I guess that not even then think that this game, could will be a big hit. Um, and well, maybe they will try to recoup, at least the value that they have invested into, making this game. By I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we see this game going on at least 30% sale by the end of this year, like on Steam Winter Sale. Now that we're gonna have it pretty soon over on Steam, and it's not gonna take much more, to have like this game at 50%, 60%. Then they're gonna start putting this game in bundles. Oh, get the entire Dragon Age franchise for at a 70% discount. No, something like this. And I really don't think that this game will end up being like a massive success that they maybe were expecting. And I wonder what's gonna happen, to the next Mass Effect game. I know that it's another subject, but it makes me wonder.
Well, actually, I went and found that story, and yes, there is no DLC for
Yeah.
Dragon Age: The Veilguard. And if you take a look, it says there they're shifting their focus to Mass Effect 5. And mind you, the creative director for that game, Mass Effect 5, says, "Oh no, our game looks nothing like this." So
Yeah.
they're trying to get out in front of it, aren't they, Cabrutus? I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're trying to, they're trying to save themselves. Well,
It's
I mean,
indeed.
everything. I mean, all of this that we are being have been talking and showing are all clear signs that this game is at least not selling what they would like. What they
Yeah.
would like, the amount that they would like it to sell. So yeah, I don't see a bright future for this game. I think that this game is gonna it's gonna end up becoming like one of those meme games, that people will always refer to when they want to make a point. In this case, political agenda driven games, examples. It's it's a perfect game for doing something like this, no, for doing like those kind of joke streams to cringe streams, and also let's laugh of the all the cringe that this game has. That, by the way, this is what I'm doing right now. This is how I mean, I'm trying my best to keep playing it because the game is so boring. Bro. I'm not kidding. It's not just because it's woke. It's also because the game is boring AF. You know,
Well, you have to remember, Cabrutus, it is, the characters' faces are tired. So don't give them a hard time. Their faces
yeah,
are tired.
faces are.
Anyway, we're gonna leave it right there. We appreciate you checking us out for this video. Yes, this game is a disaster. Yes, people are trying to get refunds. Yes, the sales are terrible. Basically everything we told you. But let us know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Tell us what you think of this game. Tell us if you're interested in this game, or if you're even considering buying this game. Hopefully, we help to deter you from spending your money wastefully. And as always, get your game on.